Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome to Parasite Eve. So, I was thinking for a very long time that I kind of really needed to play something a bit more retro, because it sort of dawned on me that I was playing nothing but like big PC games recently. And I realized I wanted to do something a bit more retro, you know? I wanted to do something a little old school, sort of play a fun, sort of classic game that I haven't really played for a long time. And at the time, I remember when I was sort of thinking about this, I was thinking to myself, I really want to play Parasite Eve 2. Because Parasite Eve 2 is probably one of my favorite PlayStation games. It's like right up there with Resident Evil 2 as well. As being like one of those games that I always sort of love to come back to. And I was like, well, I could play Parasite Eve 2, but playing Parasite Eve 2 just by itself feels kind of weird, because obviously it's a sequel. You know, you really want to play the first one, and then you want to play the second one. But I never really quite got on with the first game quite as well as I did with the second. Like, I do enjoy the first game, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be playing it now. But it is that sort of thing where I love the second game, but I just sort of like the first one. Because this game is weird. Like, it's a third-person RPG with a combination of real-time and turn-based combat. It's got a modern setting with just a slight fantastical element to it. It is really one of the oddest, hard to characterize games that I don't want to say ever, because there are a lot of very weird games out there, but it's certainly one of the more unique ones within the sort of the mainstream, because this is a Square Enix game. No, I don't think it's Square Enix, actually, thinking about it. I think this game is so old, it was Squaresoft. It was back before Squaresoft and Enix merged as two companies and became Square Enix, which is what they are now. I think this is just Squaresoft, and I think the second one is as well. It's before that merger happened. So I can't call it a Square Enix game, it's just a Squaresoft game. A lot of people might not even know that was a thing, but yeah, I remember that. God, yeah. Because Enix also made really good RPGs back in the day. As did Squaresoft, of course. You know, Squaresoft had Final Fantasy. I know Enix did... I think Enix did Terranigma, which is a game that took me a very fucking long time to complete. I kind of enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was that fine. But yeah, just in general, you know, the merger of those two companies. Not a lot of people even remember that was a thing, but it was most definitely a thing. And I think that, I don't know whether that was for the better or if that was for the worse. I'm not sure how you'd want to quantify it. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I mean, Square Enix are kind of middle of the road these days. Like, they do make the occasional good game, but they also make the occasional bad game. You know, I'm still not 100% sold on Final Fantasy 15. That game is so fucking boring. I have completed it, for the record, but I can understand if you never did. I do kind of wish they'd hurry up and port 7 Remake across to the PC, because you know they're going to. I think maybe they're focusing on Intergrade, and then what we'll do is on PC we'll get like a complete collection or something like that. I would be shocked if that never made it to PC. Anyway, that's going off on a tangent. Parasite Eve. It's a game I really did enjoy playing as a kid. I legitimately liked this game. I have completed it like a few times in the past. I even got the second ending as well, which I will not be doing. Okay, I am not going to bother wasting my time getting the second ending, because the second ending is a fucking chore. I mean, unless you want to see me do a cheat run through this, which I could do, I suppose, but I don't really want to. I'm just going to do a basic get to the ending, you know, go through the week in the game such as it is. If you're also wondering why I keep moving the cursor up and down, it's because I don't want the game to drop and start playing the, frankly, absolutely amazing cutscene that plays when you boot the game up. It's got one of the best fucking pieces of music I've ever heard in a video game on it. It's so fucking epic. But I don't want to play it. Just on the off chance it gets me hit, on Twitch's currently completely and totally bullshit copyright system. I'm fully aware that playing this game probably could because it's like an old school one, but I do feel this is a series that Square probably doesn't think too much about anymore. And there are reasons behind that, which we'll get into in time. But yeah, anyway, let's start a new game. It's been so long since I played this. I don't remember a huge amount. I remember bits, and I remember the overall thing, but I don't remember specifics. So we'll see how we get into it. But gosh, this really is a classic in terms of PlayStation's titles. If you never played Parasite Eve, you missed out. There's a lot of PlayStation games that could be considered classics. This is definitely one of them. Although, as I said, I personally like the second one better. So, you know. And look, it's old school New York. Like, really fucking old school. This is set in 96, 98, 99? I can't remember. We'll find out in a minute because it zooms in on a... Yeah, here we go. It zooms in on a fucking ball with the date stamped on it for some reason. Because I guess they had to find some way to tell you what the date was. 97, there we go. Yeah, it's just a year after the Raccoon City incident. No, sorry, no, year before. That was 98, not 96. I'm getting confused. Here we go. Today is going to wreck my voice. I know that. Because this game is exclusively text-based and I've got to read it all out. It only hit me that that was the case about 10 minutes ago, and I thought, oh, fuck. That's not going to be good, is it? And here we are. Say hello to my low polygon hero. What's wrong? You're the one who wanted to come to the opera. I'm probably not going to do too many voices for the record. I'm just gonna talk the lines. I know I do enjoy doing voices, but considering the main character in this is female, I can't do a proper female voice. I can sort of do one that's kind of high pitched, but it doesn't sound very good. So fuck that noise. Low poly heroes. Name Aya Brea. Age 25. Occupation NYPD officer. So you can change it. Like any good RPG, you can totally change the name if you want. I'm not going to bother doing that because I don't care. You may as well stick with the default. It's just as good as anything else. Boom. Alright. Just to establish who she is. I don't know. You're right. I'll try to have more fun. Aren't you glad you decided to go out with me? You even had my dad get the best seats for us tonight. So, lighten up. We're gonna have a great time. You'll see. I don't remember what... Okay, that's the controls. Okay, so that's the menu. Yes, and again, like it's an RPG, so you have stats. It's the strangest fucking game. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Let's actually get into the proper bit of the game. Take me to the opera. I do sometimes wonder if this opera they perform in this is based on a real one, or if it's just like a little scene they made up for, you know, for the game. I genuinely have no idea, because I know fuck all about opera. I've always wondered that. Actually, no, I haven't always wondered that. I literally just wondered that 30 seconds ago and thought it would be a fun talking point. But anyway, there we go. We can always pretend. Father, please give me permission to marry Ava. In fact, they always have to turn around and face the fucking audience. It bugs the fuck out of me. I forbid it! You know well what will happen if you do. Those who succumb to her beauty all die in horrible ways. You don't understand. She is the one that has suffered after the deaths. She is evil. God, grab her and burn her at the stake. Oh, the irony. Father, you are sentencing her to death. I ask that you take my life along with hers. Edward? Hope you like screeching women. Now, for the record, I am emulating this, so if you hear any sound or see any visual issues, just go with it. It's emulation, it's never perfect. I don't even know where my PlayStation is. I think it's in a bag in the attic somewhere. I probably couldn't capture from it anyway. My capture card only does HD. You can tell it's a Japanese game, can't you? It's got huge tracts of land. Frying tonight. I will say this, it's a very fun way to kick off a game. Just, you're spontaneously setting people in the audience on fire. She's a cop. She's got good reflexes. Do you think she's the bad guy? I don't know. She's probably just misunderstood. Alright, let's actually get into it. Ah. Jesus, I don't want to... Oh my god, Go, get out of here, now! And here we get into one of the weirdest parts of the game. Is Aya's running speed is strange. It's way too slow. I'll show you in more detail a bit later on once we get into a slightly closer camera angle. But yeah, her run speed is very odd. I think it was changed late in development because it doesn't feel right. Freeze! NYPD. You're the only one who seems to be fine. What? You should be awakening soon. What are you talking about? Listen, your cells are trying to communicate. They are calling out. And straight into your first fight, even though you've got no way to know how this is going to go. What's happening? My body, it's getting hot. Again, you're just in a Japanese game, love. Trust me, you'll get used to it. Just as I thought. What did you do to me? There we go. Got a couple of lucky strikes on that. Our bodies are communicating with each other. Again, Japanese. What? Communicating what? What do you want? The more you use that power, the more you will become like me. Power? What power? Who are you? Yeah, I didn't actually show it off because it never really came up. But that thing where you awaken, it essentially nets you your first magic ability. Like I said, this is the weird thing about how random the elements in this game actually are, but they actually come together like really, really well. It's such a strange thing. I'm not necessarily complaining though. Yes, she is Eve, because, you know, you call someone the first of something. If they're a man, it's Adam. If they're a woman, it's Eve, because originality, I suppose. I'm surprised you don't know me, Aya. You should know me well. What? What? What is this? What was that? I'm floating. I just want like a hook to come out and just drag her off the stage. Wait, where are you going? I'm not through with you yet. And here we slow run off the side. It's like that, oh god, what is the name of that comedian? Peter Kay. He does this thing where he describes the dad run, where you sort of run, but you don't actually move any faster. That's what she's got, the dad run. Grab medicine out of that. Hole. I know she's down there. Sounds like my backup arrived. Now, here's interesting. The backup has arrived. You can't just jump straight down. Don't. If you actually say no, and you leave, and you go outside and talk to your backup, you can get some supplies. The game doesn't tell you this in any... Well, it sort of does, because she's like, oh, my backup's arrived. But she doesn't say, like, I should go and talk to them, or I could go out and speak to them and maybe get some help. She doesn't say that. She just gives you the option. And on your first playthrough... This is the thing, like, I'm going to remember bits and pieces of this, just based on my very vague memory. Dead bodies. Burned corpses. Hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm a cop. I'm with the NYPD. What? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take my badge out. Don't shoot. Why would you take your gun and your badge to the opera? Like, you're off duty, presumably, for a start. I'm not sure, but I don't think cops should be allowed to carry their guns around. You know, like, when they're off duty? I guess if it's like a personal firearm, maybe. Anyway. Hello. Talk to these people. I wonder if it's a thing called spontaneous combustion. Who knows, huh? You think we'll be on TV? Hope this becomes a TV movie or something. Here, let me patch you up. So yeah, you can get a free heal out of him if you need it. Saves you using either, you know, your abilities or whatnot. Hey, why don't you have any injuries? Don't ask me. Something I want to know. Everyone's got burned. A lot of them probably won't make it. No, not him. It's one of them. I know you can speak to one of them. Got some gun. Hey, I've got the same gun. Have some bullets. Nice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, you can just essentially get a free heal off of this guy if you need it. And you can get 60 bullets off of that guy. And bearing in mind, if you actually look at... No, we don't want that. Yeah, if you look, right? 66. I just picked up 60 ammo off this guy. And now I've got 66, which means I only had 6 ammo before. That's like nuts. I don't know if I can... There we go. Reload it. There you go. See, look. And now I've got a whole bunch of spare ammo that I otherwise wouldn't have had. It's one of those things. The game doesn't tell you this. It's a secret. It's sort of a secret, sort of an Easter egg. I mean, you can sort of work it out if you think about it, but the game doesn't go out of its way to tell you. And yeah, it's a big help at this early stage of the game. I mean, obviously, if you're playing on like a New Game Plus, because this game has New Game Plus, by the way. I know you're shocked. Where you get to carry over your items and weapons and stuff. Do you get to carry over your skills? No, you don't get to carry over your experience. Your experience is fresh for each, you know, time you play the game. But you can carry over your guns, which makes the, like, you know, early game pathetically easy. Take everything down in one go. It's great fun. Now, as I said, in terms of what I remember of this game, I remember bits and pieces. I don't remember everything. So I do know there's a secret in the sewer section under this bit, but I don't remember the specifics. Are you alone? Dangerous here. You should go. Creepy girls in hospital gowns giggling at you. It's never a good sign. That girl, it couldn't be. Oh, but it could. Alright. If memory serves, I'm pretty sure all these doors down here are locked to force you into the upper section. Yeah. Forces you into the upper section and into your first sort of fight. Heads up. Hope you're not squeamish. Why the fuck it sounds like a dinosaur? I'm not exactly certain, but... Also, I'm pretty sure that's not how cell mutation works. I will say, that's a nice touch that you briefly see a normal-sized rat, and then you see how big this abomination is. Hello. I don't know. Can we keep him? Probably not. And yes, we're straight in. Oh, wow, I got lucky. And of course you get experiences, because of course you do. It's an RPG, why wouldn't you? Again, you know what, I kind of wish board games had RPG mechanics, because I have this thing where I love watching numbers slowly go up. It's such a nerdy kind of thing, but gaining levels and grinding, especially if you get like an accompanying EXP meter. I sort of discovered this about myself when I first played Torchlight, and about how satisfying I found it to watch this XP meter slowly increase. Jesus, did Eve do that to this rat? What's going on here? What's going on is exploration time. I don't remember what's in each one. I know that there's a fight with a... Oh, hello. No, just he's a clown. Shoot him. Just shoot him now. Ah, here, take it. Take everything. It's on the counter. Don't scare me. I'm with the NYPD. You're the one that scared me, lady. I was just getting ready. You know, only staff are allowed in here. There was an incident here. You need to evacuate. What? You're kidding, right? Hey, I'm not dying here tonight. See ya. Why can't I ever run like him? Of course. He didn't get very far. Now, I'm pretty sure... Can you open up the lockers? I don't remember you can open up the lockers. I know. We can open up the lockers. I thought we could. Yeah, you do have to be a bit particular about exactly where you're standing. No? Okay. Well, we got some ammo out of it. I guess that's something. That does remind me. You don't have to, but it does help. Oh, here we go again. One thing that I noticed when playing this game when I was younger, enemy encounters are sort of random, but not really, because they're also very heavily scripted. They mostly appear in set locations. Because that's what I've noticed. And I leveled up too. Your level goes up, your max HP goes up, bonus points go up. What are the bonus points? I don't remember. But anyway, all my stats have gone up, so that's good. And I get a little ammo too. I don't remember what the bonus points are. I'm sure I'll remember soon. Check these guys. No, he'll be fine. Hey. Take some of that. God, you're still alive. Oh, hold on, let me call the paramedics. Melissa. She's a monster. Look, don't try to talk. Melissa? You mean the main actress? Probably caught the Suzanne too. You'll have to stop her. No, wake up, hang in. Yeah, he's looking a bit too crispy there. I don't think he's gonna make it. It was a valiant effort, but he's not gonna make it. Oh, that was locked. Yeah, we need to find the key. Oh, is that locked too? Oh wait, was the key on the clown guy? I'm legitimately trying to remember now. This is the thing, like I said, my memory of this game is going to be very sporadic. I'll remember bits, but I won't remember everything. Bye-bye. Hey. The other thing you will notice is that although I leveled up and my HP went up, my actual HP that I've got didn't. It's a weird thing. I don't know why they do that. Some games do. Some games will actually give you max health when you level up, and some games just leave your health at whatever it was. It's that clown from the dressing room. And check him again. Doesn't he have the key? Where the fuck's the key then? Oh, okay. Well, I know the key's got to be around somewhere. Check the other room I haven't checked yet. A big room. It's got 2 doors. That means it's important. Ah, oh, he fell over. And look! A phone! Better notify the department about what's happened here. Yes, I will. Excellent. You can actually check the clothes racks, or you will notice there is a chest tucked away around there. Bird! What? Huh? No, help. I don't remember if you can help. But if you do, I know that you can interact with him because he turns into an enemy, doesn't he? That's what he did. Does it happen when you leave? No, it doesn't happen when you leave. I know he turns into an enemy. I remember that. Also, I still don't have the sodding key I'm looking for. It's in a room somewhere. Oh, hang on, here we go. No. Yeah, one thing you do have to be a little careful about is that you have a limited inventory space, which can really bone you over if you're not careful. Ah, there it is. There's the theater key. I knew there was one kicking around here somewhere. Oh, is that the one that turns? Probably. Can you open up this? No, okay. It does sort of raise the question of why the fuck is there all this ammo scattered around, but it's one of those things you just thought, well, it's a video game. Merry Christmas, goodbye. And he turns into an evil bird. Because of course he does. Whew. Well, that was good. It's experience, I guess. And it only cost me a bullet, so... works for me. Now we have the important room. We'll go back and get the other ones later. Some ammo, very nice. Open up this? No, it's just the changing area. A diary. Because of course everybody takes their personal private diary to work with them. November 3rd, Monday. The Christmas show is set. This has been my dream. The main actress has a solo concert at the theater in Central Park. I took all the medication. Well, I took all that medication to get here. I have to get the lead part. I'll even sell my soul to the devil if I have to. November 17th, Monday. The cast was announced, and Suzanne and I are double cast. I want to play the part alone, but everyone knows she's good. November 21st, Friday. I think I'm overdoing it. My body's getting hotter than ever for some reason. I better take more medicine. December 6th, Saturday. I collapsed today. I lost consciousness after my body got hot. I don't care if I die. I just want to get through this show. December 10th, Wednesday. Passed out again. They told me to go to the doctor and get some rest. If this continues, Suzanne will definitely take my part. I need to get better. I better take a lot of medicine tonight. December 11th, Thursday. Suzanne was burned in an apartment fire. Is it because I wanted the part so bad? God forgive me. December 17th, Wednesday. Looks like I'll be the lead. I better take more medicine and work at it. December 23rd, Tuesday. Opening night. Everything went smoothly. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. We should have the biggest crowd of the season. And I have the solo concert at the park the next day. But I'm not feeling well. Better shape up if I want to get through this. I better take more medicine. For what? Why is she taking so much? She must have a drug problem. Another key? Yay. The rehearse key. Yep. Again, you will notice they appear in very certain areas. Unlike other games where they're kind of just randomly generated. Here, they have set locations where they can spawn in. All the ammo I can get. So yeah, if you didn't know, today in the thing, this is Christmas Eve. Because why not set it over Christmas, I guess. It's like Die Hard. Just, you know, with more sci-fi. Well, relatively so. Okay. I remember these are all sets and stuff. I don't think there's anything hidden about. Boom. Couple of rats. Oh, and a bird. That could be a problem. Parasite powers have evolved. Scan. It's still a Squaresoft game, so of course it's gonna have scan. Because why wouldn't it? I'm sure that there it is. Medicine. We're in. Now, again, if memory serves, there's a secret in this room. It's not a big secret, but it's still a secret. Inventory's full. Hang on, I got an idea. No, that's the wrong button. Actually, just use it, and then we're fine. As for where the secret is, it's right here. See that weird patch in the wall? That's odd. This wall looks like it's about to crumble. And so it does. I don't remember if there's any other chests in this room. I don't think so. I think it's just the one. Yes, of course. Get the N protector, which, if memory serves, is a pretty decent vest. Yeah, it's pretty much a couple of points up in pretty much everything. Better critical chance, so that's good. You definitely want that. Now the other item I got, of course, is the increases your attack power by 1. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, you use it on a gun. Now, here's the thing. There is a certain amount of weapon obsolescence in this game. So you don't necessarily want to use your item increasing things on everything. Yes, that would be useful in the immediate, but it might be more useful later on in the game when you find a weapon you really, really, really like. Now, unlike a lot of games these days that have weapon obsolescence, you don't have different... Well, you do have different kinds of weapon, but switching between them is not as common as, say, something like Borderlands. It is a thing of, well, just try to find the weapon that you want to use. Different weapons have different abilities and whatnot. So, you know, go with what you want. Because, you know, wouldn't be a villain in a game like this unless they were creepily playing the piano. Freeze! I'm Melissa. No, I am Eve. I'm getting hot. Actually, it is quite warm here today. Finally, May has been really freaking cold in the UK this year. I'm like, finally, can we get some warmer weather, please? Nucleic domination has finally come to an end once and for all. What? Neat trick. Once again. The day for the mitochondria to be free has finally arrived. Can't be once again if it's finally. Oh. Okay, now I remember that. See, sometimes she moves them, sometimes she doesn't. It's a bit random. Oh, there we go. Looks like you still need some time, girl. Until your mitochondria are completely free. It's not is completely free. It's are complete. Until your mitochondria are completely free. Not until your mitochondria is completely free. Okay. Mitochondria? What are you saying? I don't understand you. What? Where is this? Is that the little girl I saw? No, it's... that doctor. Wait. Mitochondria to be free? Okay, well we took a couple of knocks. We should probably clear out a bit of my inventory because you get a lot of medicines. And as I said, your inventory doesn't... I think your inventory expands as you level up. Although you can get armor that also increases it. Now this time you can just jump in the hole. I don't remember there being anything if you go back. I mean, I could pick up that medicine I missed, but it's not a big issue. Not in any big way. Sewer. Sewer? I hardly know her. Right. Now, let me see. Trying to remember what's what. And honestly, I don't. Uh-oh. Should have reloaded. So one of the things I do quite like is that, like, in this game, moving around actually fucking matters. Because, like, where you are and where the enemy is in terms of your physical position on the thing, is very important. Like, really important. Here we go again. Is this? Yeah, okay. And I leveled up too. Very good. Max HP is creeping up. Trust me, you're gonna need a lot of that. It's one of those games where leveling up happens slower and slower as the game goes on. But don't worry, you'll get used to it. A gun. Is it better than my current one? Yeah, pretty much. And look, it's even better in the sense that it's got 3 shots per go rather than just 2. That's the kind of shit you want. I'll go into more detail explaining how these all look and work later. Because you get sort of an explanation for it in the game anyway. Now, I'm trying to remember if there's actually an item up in this little circular bit. Or if it's just enemies. I don't remember. No, but it does clue you in that, look, there's a chest there and there's a chest there. It's sort of there to show you that fact, which is worth remembering because obviously you want to open up all the chests because they've got good items in there, good shit. And there's another secret here too. We'll get to that when we get to that. You're the little girl I saw at the theater. Are you lost? Wait, little girl, don't go. Now you will see that if you look under the stairs, just sort of off to that side, you can see the box there. You can just about make out the box over there too. So you can see it from the bottom. It's not like, oh, you only can see it from one angle and you got to guess where it is. They're not that bad. Some ammo there. Fence thing. Now, somewhere, I don't remember exactly. There it is. Secret entrance. Yeah, there's no clue that this is here, like at all. But you do get a couple of nice things out of it. Hang on a second. What I will do, I will again Use one of those. What'd I get? Ooh, a cure of poison. What is it? An offensive thing +2. See, this is kind of my point, is that your inventory space at the start of the game gets incredibly limited, but by the time you've done a few playthroughs, you end up like 99, you end up with more space than you really need. It is kind of annoying that you can't get rid of your melee weapon, because your melee weapon is there in case you run out of ammo. It's like the knife in a Resident Evil game. It is weird that although this game sort of presents itself as like an action RPG, which it kind of is, there's also a lot of elements in the game that would be more at home in a survival horror, like limited ammo capacity and things like that. That's definitely more of a, you know, a survival horror kind of thing. And even like the fixed camera angles and that kind of stuff, it has a lot of survival horror elements to it, but it's also mixed with action RPG stuff. It's such a hard game to parse in that sense, you know? But yeah, so look, we've got all these things that can increase our attack power and all that stuff and blah, 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 blah. I'm pretty sure, I want to say, if memory serves, later on we do get an item storage location at the police department, but there's also, no, hang on. Didn't mean to go through there just yet. What is it? Oh, replace one medicine with another medicine, that's fair. Alright. Froggy. Don't like frogs. Could have done that like a split second faster. Oh, well, so you can see your stats are all slowly creeping up. Your active time always seems to lag behind the others for some reason. I never quite worked out why they did that. Probably just to make it so that your stats weren't always 1-to-1 all the time. May as well empty out old guns, by the way, because there's no point in leaving ammo in there when you don't need it. So yeah, you can use the phone, which makes lets you save if you so wish. Switch. Boss fight time. Eve. Hold it right there. My body's getting hot again. Aya's ready to take me on just by herself. Well, even if you did have more people with you, they'd just burn, right? Everyone else but you. You are... Tell me, why? Why me? Why am I the only one? You'll find out, eventually. Of course, it's called the plot. And even if you don't understand, don't worry. Your mitochondria will. They've always known. I'm gonna give you some time to think and some time to evolve. Yeah, suddenly we're playing Spore. God, that was a shit game, wasn't it? Spore is a game I never got past, like, the first... Like, the first one... The first, like, section in Spore where you're playing as, like, the cell, that's actually really good fun. I really enjoyed that. But once you hit land, it all just goes downhill after that. Which I suppose is a decent allegory for life in general. It's like once you've gone past single cells and once you hit land, you're kind of fucked after that. It's all downhill from there. Anyway, and the day will arrive when you will awaken. I wake up every day. Begrudgingly, admittedly, but I still do it. That's a neat trick. Boss fight time. I don't remember the strategy for this guy. I know that there was a strategy. I don't remember what the strategy was. I may be in trouble here. There are 2 targets. Ow. Ow. Right, okay. Stop that. Well, that could be bad. Hang on. You would have to move, wouldn't you? Stop hitting me with that. Actually. That's a bit more like I don't remember you being this annoying. I must be out of practice. Ah, there we go. Yeah. First you gotta hit his tail, then you gotta hit him. Ow. Damn it. Stop doing that, will you? Reload your bloody gun, will you? Gotcha. Alright, and another level. Excellent. Hey, parasite powers have evolved. Slow. Close enemy AT recharge. Yeah. It's very much an RPG. It really, really is. But that's kind of why I like it. As I said, personally, I always prefer the second one because the second one is closer to Resident Evil in terms of gameplay. But yeah, this is still a really good fun game. I am mostly playing this one so I can have an excuse to play the second one. I will totally admit that, but still. When I will awaken, just tell me what you want, Eve. We're live in front of Carnegie Hall, which has become the scene of complete chaos. Miss, you're the sole survivor of this horrible ordeal, correct? Until now, this combustion theory has been acknowledged only by occult enthusiasts. Please, just leave me alone. This incident happened to take place on Christmas Eve of all nights. I would like to represent the citizens of the city and interview you exclusively. Recognize that sound effect? I'm sure that's one of the sounds they use in Command & Conquer. Are you crazy? Jim, did you get that on tape? Scram, buddy. Danielle. Sorry I'm late, Aya. Are you okay? There's really something that happened back there. Yeah. Oh, but my date. Heard from a cop that your boyfriend ran out of there like a wuss. Sorry your date didn't go so well. It's not like that. I had him escort me because he kept pestering me for a date. Yeah, but of all places, the opera? There's a story. So, why the opera, huh? Is that the in thing right now? Saw the ad in the paper. I don't know, just caught my eye. Don't tell me you were onto the case. Finally getting some of that cop instinct, huh? Instinct. Danielle, should you be with your son? It's Christmas Eve. He knows his dad's a cop. My boy will understand. Anyway, to change the subject, I heard things from people who were there. This is one hell of an incident, huh? Mitochondria. Symbiosis. When I was in the hospital. Hey, Aya? You asleep? Don't blame me after what you've been through tonight. Which is clearly not asleep. Her eyes are very much wide open. It all started with this incident. 6 days that have become a nightmare for all. People will eventually forget and go on with their lives. But I will never forget it. It was pure terror. But it was also 6 days filled with familiar memories. Day 2. Fusion. Ah. Yes, I would like to save my progress. Okay, well, we're going to have to leave it here at the start of day 2 because it's time for a quick break. But you know what? I actually kind of forgot how much fun this game is. Like I said, I do still prefer the second game, I think, just in terms of general gameplay. Like, the second game feels much closer to a survival horror compared to this one. Especially in terms of, like, its combat system and everything like that. But yeah, Parasite Eve and Parasite Eve 2. Because, you know, they only ever made the 2 games, and I will never hear anything other said on the particular matter, so shut the fuck up. And it is one of those games I think this could do with a remake, but I'll go into more details later about why there probably won't be anytime soon. I mean, there might be. They might surprise us, but I'm not going to hold my breath on the matter. Anyway, as I said, back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Alright, let's get started with day 2. Hey, you okay? You ought to be resting. Wish I could, but I'm the only one who knows what happened there last night. I've been gathering some info on Melissa. She's got no relatives and no close friends. She was sick often, always on some kind of medicine. The people at the opera say they were amazed she could even stand on the stage. Her apartment burned down right after the incident, so no information on her meds. So what's this spontaneous combustion stuff about? It wasn't exactly spontaneous. People were actually set on fire. Oh, come on. What, like one of those ESP things? It's the best way to describe it, for now. ESP, huh? Well, I'm not buying it. But if you're right, how are we supposed to deal with something like that? I believe her. After all, I was the only witness so far. Well, that is actually very true, yes. But if you're going to take on a suspect like that, you better ask Baker for a better sidearm. That's true, actually. I read your report. Still hard to believe, but we can't deny all those deaths. We're going to go out. We're going to go all out to solve this case. Make sure you're well equipped. Head down to the weapons department and give this permit to Torres. He'll help you out. Yay. And we're off. You can actually come down here to his desk. Look, phone. Where you can save who you're calling when you're actually, you know, at your police department. I'm not exactly sure, but you are, so there it is. This is also sort of a good enough opportunity as any to talk about the run and how incredibly slow Aya actually is compared to her run animation. It really feels like she was supposed to move like much faster, like originally, and then at some point during development they said no, she's moving too fast, we need to slow her down. But then they didn't change the animation cycle, or they couldn't because they just didn't have the chance. I don't know. It's weird though, isn't it? Come on, go through the door, please. Door, please. Thank you. Hello. We can actually wander around a bit, although maybe we'll do that in a bit. I'm pretty sure this is the locker room. Yeah. We can actually check out the lockers. Some of them at least. So you can find the best. If memory serves, down in the armory, that's where the storage locker is, I think? I don't specifically remember. I do remember there being a storage locker, although I might be misremembering that. Or it might be the guy you store things with. Let's say it's this door. Hey there, good looking. Got the crap, Wayne. Where's Torres? That baldy? Huh? Who knows? So, what'll it be? Shotgun? Rocket launcher? Wayne! Yes, sir. Idiots like you are the reasons why guns won't disappear from this country. Get your ass back to weapons storage. Far from ready to be handling guns in here. Okay, okay, sheesh. Torres, I need some equipment. For the last night's case, heard that was quite a mess. But as long as cops rely on guns, criminals will too. Okay. It's a vicious cycle. I hate to hand you a weapon to a young cop like you. Look, I've already got 3, okay? You're fine. But I hear this isn't your ordinary crook. Guess I can't send you off empty-handed. So you can't carry any equipment. Wayne, take some of your things and put them in storage. Oh, yeah. Something to say, officer? No, sir. You want to leave something here? Yes, actually, I do. Leave some items. Okay, here we go. That. do it. I think he's the storage thing for later on. Here. This is the most powerful gun I can allow you to have. Nice. Captain Baker already notified me. Show your mod permit again? What gun do you want modded? That's actually a very good question. Well, this is the one, so let's mod this. Have a slot. There we go. And what it does is, you see, it frees up a slot here at the bottom. If you look below the sort of main bulk, you see that little section down there. It's got the 2 thing there. That's telling you how many bullets it is. And now I can have a slot for something else. All right, wait here. All set. But just remember, cops own guns for protection. Don't let the gun own you. Psst, don't tell tourists, but you can tool your tune-up. Use your tool to tune up your gun. You can rearrange equipment parameters and add effects to tweak your equipment. I can show you some cool tune-up techniques. Tutorial time. Tune-up icon. Using the tool item, you can add or remove parameters and added effects on your weapon or armor to create your customized equipment. If you remove an added effect from a weapon or armor, that equipment will disappear. Yeah, so you can... It's kind of like how in some games you have like extra stuff on a piece of equipment, but if you take the stuff off, the equipment disappears. That kind of stuff. The number of added effects that can be attached to a piece of equipment is determined by the number of slots on that equipment. You can increase the number of slots by getting your equipment modified at the NYPD weapons department. Yeah, that's what you need the mod things for. You got it? Trust me, you can never have too much firepower. Of course, you can't use them without bullets, so you better make sure you always have a club, just in case, you know? Why don't you leave the stuff you don't need with me? Yes. Oh, it's because it's equipped. Junk, huh? Right. Open up you. You get a tool. Some ammo. And some meds. All these guns and I can't even use any of them. Right. That's good. It is technically light and durable armor. Yeah, KV vest. KV vest is definitely better. I mean, technically this one's got more psi energy points. And it's got the auto whatever that is. I think that's auto heal, I'm not exactly sure. This one's lower on its critical chance though, but only by 3 points, which is better than that one. And it's got generally better defense, so I think I'm going to go for that one. So I think that should do it. Now let me see. Oh yeah, that's what the bonus points are for. I remember now. Yeah, so you can put bonus points in to here. Yeah, look at that. It's 100 points per thing. So you can up your active time, or you can up your item capacity as you wish. I'd completely forgotten what the bonus points were for, you know. Now I remember. Or you can use them on this, which I think is like, yeah, you can up the attack power and whatnot, which I think actually I might... Stop it. I might use those on my current gun, because it's a good gun to use for quite a while, actually, if memory serves. That gives me a few extra bonus points. The thing is, like, one single point can actually make a decent bit of damage change, especially on your regular sort of standard level enemies. So yeah. Anything you want to say? Equipment modification? No, I don't. Yeah, okay. I don't specifically... Does it have to be unequipped for me to mess around with it? No, I guess not. Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll keep that. No, hang on. Wonder if I can use it. Okay. So yeah, look, I've put ×3 on my gun now, you see. That's the kind of thing you want. More bullets per round is usually a pretty good idea. Okay, so we've got our item storage. Dropped off everything we need. I knew there was something I could do with that. As I say, it's in there. I've just got to remember it. So we can go for a bit of a wander now, because why not? There is a reason why. You come back here later and things ain't quite so nice. Should we give her a nice Christmas dinner? Yeah. We do. We actually give our dog a little bit of turkey and whatnot for Christmas. Because, why not, I guess? You want to treat your dogs. It's not like a regular thing. Ah, yes, the weapons department. Don't worry, we'll be dealing with that later on. Okay. There's a little kid. We'll be dealing with him in a minute. In the locker room. Just going to pick up that item I missed before. Ah, Cure P. You know, it's just kind of dawning on me now. He's just wearing a red jacket and shorts. I swear to God, back when I used to play this game on my old CRT, because obviously it's somewhat blurrier than it looks now, it looked like he was wearing a red dressing gown. I legitimately thought he was just in a dressing gown. I don't know why I thought that. I guess that's just what it looked like on my old television. Oh God, I'm an idiot, aren't I? Hey, you lost? Pen. Daddy! Ah, so this is Ben. Ben, this is Aya. Now, what are you doing here? Here. Tickets. Oh, God. Yeah, the concert. I'm sorry, son. Daddy's real busy today. I promise I'll make it up to you. Fine. Guess every kid needs a mother. That's not true. I was raised by my father, too, after my mother died. I'll always be grateful for him. Yeah, well, his mother's still alive. Room up here, of course. We'll be coming in here later on, but there's not really much to see in here now, if memory serves. There's only one other place we can go, of course, and that's upstairs, but I'm pretty sure the door up there is locked. Memory serves correctly. As I say, it's been a long time. Yeah, gate's locked. Sorry, only authorized personnel are allowed past here. It's a police station. What the fuck are they hiding from me? Maybe Daniel's son Ben? Daniel divorced his wife last year. This was before you were assigned here, of course. He keeps saying every boy needs a father. So he fought for Ben's custody with Lorraine, his ex-wife. Well, he won, but being a cop, I don't know if he has the time to spend with him. Oh, yeah, Captain Baker was looking for me. Is this where we have the press conference? It goes horribly wrong? Probably. Sir? You were looking for me? Yes, we're having a press conference now, and I want you to be there. Me? That's right. You'll be on national television as the sole survivor of the incident. I see. But you only answer when I ask you to. The media is just looking for anything to grill us about. They may even turn you into a suspect. So let me do the talking, understood? Yes, sir. Alright, let's go meet the press. So you're saying this could be the work of a terrorist? That is what we currently speculate. How about accounts of officers and firemen at the scene bursting into flames? That was due to a rare, highly flammable chemical which was used to start the fire. Another question. And how did Detective Brea survive without so much as a minor burn? That a result of her quick thinking and training as an officer. I'm asking her the question. She said it was my mitochondria, or a mutation. Aya, you're a mitochondria? Who said this? Melissa. Well, no, she said her name was Eve. But according to the report, Melissa Pierce was killed in the fire. Melissa did die. Her body's been taken over by this Eve. What is Eve? Some kind of alien? People, please. She's very tired and we're still investigating. That will be all for today. I thought I told you not to say anything. I was just telling the truth. That is not the point. Who the hell's going to believe you? You'll only stir up the media and cause more people to panic. Sir, she was only... Baker here. Who? What does he want? We'll put him through then. This is Captain Baker. What? Me? You'll have to speak up. Yes? What? Yes, alright. Some Japanese scientist, I think. Couldn't understand his English that well. He was raving about mito something. Said he's coming over here. Mito? Is it mitochondria? You mean that thing in the cell that makes energy from oxygen? Yeah, I might have heard about that in school. That's what Eve had said. That it was time for mitochondria to be set free. Hey, I just read that some researcher at the museum wrote a new theory on them. Sir, I want to take Aya to go see this researcher. Go. Better get there before the meteor does. May explain a phone call, too. Yes, sir. Come on, Aya. I'll bring the car around front. Okay, let's go. What have I got and do I want to drop off anything? Actually, I've got 2 cure peas, which I don't need. 1 should be enough. So we can drop that off with what's his name? I don't remember if there's actually a limit on this. The lowly receptionist. What a case to have on Christmas, huh? All that for 1 line. Alright, off we go. And here we get the world map, which looks pretty cool actually. So you get the museum, you get a Carnegie Hall, and it slowly gets bits and pieces added to it as time goes on. The one thing that really bugs the fuck out of me is that, okay, it's hard to explain because it requires your knowledge of this map as it looks now during the day and this map as it looks at night, because it's 2 completely different maps, and you know they're 2 completely different maps because the size of the buildings is actually different at the nighttime versus the daytime. You know? Oh, hey there, hang on, how the fuck do you pronounce that? I'm gonna say Infi. Infi's fine, unless you can tell me how to pronounce it properly. Yes, I know, I am English, and I'm playing Parasite Eve. I know that's probably rare. Oh, no, wait, I get it, it's infected. Yeah, I get it now. It took, I hate it when numbers replace letters, like, I always have trouble reading it. You're right, it is, it's infected. I don't really want to say infected though, so I'm going to call you Infi. Infi is fine. Infi is good. I like Infi. That's much better, I think. But yes, apparently not many English people stream this game. So yeah, but I just really fancied playing it. I was saying this when I started the stream earlier, because we're about an hour and a half in now. That I just really wanted to play it. It's one of your favorite childhood games. I can understand that. This game is an absolute classic. It's not my favorite. Personally, I was always more of a fan of Parasite Eve 2 over Parasite Eve 1. But I do still really like Parasite Eve 1 as well. I personally, I've always been a really big fan of Resident Evil. You know, Resident Evil 2, arguably, I think, is the best PlayStation game ever. And of course, Parasite Eve 2 is much closer to Resident Evil than this one is. But, you know, that's just personal opinion. I do understand that this is an amazing game as well. Although, that being said, I suppose Parasite Eve 2, Resident Evil 2 being my favorite game, I suppose Grandia could also be my favorite one for standard RPGs. Oh, there were just so many good PlayStation games, weren't there? We're going to the Museum of Natural History. Dr. Hans Klamp will be there. Dr. Klamp? What's his area of research? Well, according to the papers, he's working on a new theory. Mitochondria something. It seems to cover a whole genetic spectrum. Yeah, the Resident Evil series are awesome points. Parasite Eve 2, quite similar to Resident Evil, definitely. Hey! Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate that. Thank you very, very, very much. Yeah, I mean, as I said, that's why I like Parasite Eve 2 probably more than I like Parasite Eve 1. And I was saying this earlier, that technically I'm playing Parasite Eve 1 now, so it gives me an excuse to play Parasite Eve later. Because Parasite Eve 2's later, sorry. Because I really wanted to play Parasite Eve 2. So, you know. That's weird. To have a PhD and be working in a museum. Well, he's pretty antisocial. Doesn't like to waste time outside research. Oh, great. We're going to have a grand old time with this one. You're still hoping for a Parasite Eve remake? Yeah, it would be great, but I wouldn't hold your breath. They've been talking about it for a long time, but the thing is, and again, I said I was going to touch on this earlier, so now is as good a time as any to talk about it. The main reason they couldn't just be a Parasite Eve remake is that Square doesn't actually own the rights to Parasite Eve anymore. Because both Parasite Eve 1 and Parasite Eve 2 were based on a book, I believe, also called Parasite Eve, and it was the book's writer who gave them permission to make the game based off of it. But obviously, in the years since Parasite Eve 2, the license kind of, you know, died, because licenses tend to have a limited time period, and that's why you got that absolutely god-awful Parasite Eve. Well, it wasn't even called Parasite Eve 3. It was called Third Birthday, because they couldn't even use the Parasite Eve name because they didn't have the license to do so. Which is why you got that absolutely god-awful PSP game. So in order for them to even be able to make a Parasite Eve remake, they would have to get the license back. And I don't know if they will ever be able to do that. I don't know if the person who owns the license to the Parasite Eve franchise is willing to do that or not. I don't know. Maybe they are. I legitimately don't know. But that is why Third Birthday was so completely different and separate from you know, the first two games. Why it feels like a sort of a soft reboot of the franchise. And that's why it's kind of unlikely that Parasite Eve is going to get a remake. As I said, it could happen if they can get the license back off the writer. I don't even know if the writer's a guy or a woman or what, but I've never read the book, although from what I understand, both games are sort of loosely based on it. It's not a book I was ever desperately interested in reading. I'm happy with the games, personally. But yes, I agree. I think a Parasite Eve remake would be fantastic, because I was thinking of all the modern things in gaming that they could do to make this, you know, storyline bigger and better and grander, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I don't think it'll happen. As I said, we could end up being completely surprised, but I don't think it's going to happen. So it's a shame, but we still got the original, and because, like, here's the thing, Square have the ability to re-release the original as much as they want. They could do like a HD remaster of this game, because it's still using the original game, which they do still have the rights to. So they could HDify this game, but to remake it, they'd probably need to get the license back again. I legitimately don't know how the legalese on that would work. But I would assume that a remake would require the license, whereas just re-releasing a game you've already made probably doesn't. Because it's like, well, you've already technically bought the license for that game, so you probably don't need to buy it again. As I say, I'm not a legal expert. I don't actually know how it works. So, we really got into the storyline, but way back in the day, the combat system blew your mind. Yeah, the combat system is very strange. Like, compared to like a lot of other games at the time, because it was like a combination of turn-based RPG system, a la, say, Final Fantasy or something like that, but also mixed in with like movement and like attack dodging, kind of like a Resident Evil kind of game, or more of an action kind of game. And I was saying earlier that it's a hard game to parse because it combines all these different elements, but it really works. It's not like perfect, but it works really, really, really well. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep going, because they've been riding in this car and he's not been looking where he's driving for like 5 minutes now. It's lucky he hasn't crashed. Yeah, I know what you're getting at with this. Just be careful this time, huh? Are you referring to the press conference? Yeah. Daniel, why'd you kiss the chief's butt? You two joined the force at the same time, didn't you? Yeah, but that was years ago. Now he's my boss. Sorry for the distraction. No, don't worry about it. Trust me. Look, you probably noticed that you're like the only one here. I'm not a very big streamer. You know, usually I have 1, maybe 2 people hanging out in my chat, so I don't mind if you want to talk. I really don't. Yeah, now he's my boss. Alright, off to the museum. Zoo. We're in. I like how it's got a little chocobo thing on the front. Because it's a Squaresoft game. So of course, they've got to stay slightly on brand. Been a while since I visited the museum. The world of dinosaurs. Dinosaur exhibit. Loved these things when I was a kid. Looks like it's closed today. Oh, he teleported. Well, let's see what the security guard can do for us. Very crunchy snow. Hey, how you doing? Doing okay. Pretty cold day though. Yourself? Well, we're with the NYPD. We're looking for a Dr. Clamp. He works here, doesn't he? Sure does. As a matter of fact, he's up in his room right now. Did he do something? Nah, we just need to talk to him is all. Thanks. Shouldn't take too long. You hope. Wow, the place is bloody creepy without any people. Find him in the research lab on the 2nd floor. That's allowed. We've been pretty busy for the past few weeks. Doesn't come out ever, really. Thanks. Up we go. Oh, by the way, could you sign in? It's like policy. Let's just keep track of who comes in. Thanks, Aya. Gee, Daniel, you sure don't want to run down here and do it yourself? Notebook's on the counter. Thanks. Just my name? Yeah, it should be enough, unless you want to leave your number too. Just like that. Not exactly sure what the point of that is. I think it's just a sort of a world building kind of thing. Hey, Aya. Over here. Let's go see Clump. Hey, it's open. Let's check it out. Excuse me. Hello? Hey. Ooh. Dr. Clamp? Dr. Clamp? I hear you. Honestly, if he keeps typing that same string of letters, he's going to end up with repetitive strain injury. I just know it. We're with the NYPD. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Professor, we're looking for clues concerning the incident which occurred. Are you accusing me? What? This again? What is this? It's white text on a white background, so it makes it very hard to read. That's what it is. This man. I know him, I think. What's wrong? You okay? Yeah. We'd like to ask you about the mitochondria research you've been doing. My PD, huh? Why are you interested in my work? The suspect mentioned that the mitochondria would be set free. Now, that suspect ignited people without laying a finger on them. Then it turned into some kind of creature and ran off. Since you mentioned mitochondria, we were hoping you could supply us with some info. You two have absolutely no idea what the true mitochondria is like, do you? Mitochondria possesses its own unique genetic code. Its own? Are you saying it's a separate organism? Precisely. Kind of like a parasite or something? Parasite. Interesting way of describing this most fascinating creature. We cannot live without the mitochondria. Do you understand? The mitochondria creates energy for us. Without it, we are nothing. We are here because the mitochondria allows us to be here. Our brain, for instance. The brain functions due to the interaction between axons and dendrites. This interaction is possible due to the energy the mitochondria provides. Did you know the mitochondria is capable of discharging 200,000 volts of electricity? This is not only pertains to electrical discharge, but also applies to heat energy as well. Heat? Then the combustions for last night were... For a human to burn and melt, 1600 degrees of heat must be generated. There are several hundred mitochondria present within a single cell. If all the mitochondria in the same being function at the same time, a tremendous amount of energy would be generated and released. Melting a human into a puddle of fluid would be a simple task with that much energy. So are you saying that the mitochondria ignited these people? Professor, you may be right that we need mitochondria to live, but in the end we're just using them for energy, right? You have no idea. The mitochondria has control over an organism's growth. Take this hand, for instance. Before we're born, the hand is merely a glob of flesh. Although actually I will say, due to PlayStation 1 graphics, it still kind of looks like a glob of flesh. But, we'll take him at his word for that one. When the cells between the fingers deteriorate, that is when the fingers first form. When the cells which make up the body aren't needed anymore, it receives a signal to die. This signal is initiated by the mitochondria. When it is relayed, the genetic information in the nucleus is cut off and, in essence, dies. Same can be said for aging. The mitochondria mutates 10 times faster than cells. Of course, if this were applied to mutant forms of mitochondria as well. When too many mutant mitochondria multiply, energy production level decreases. The decrease in energy production is associated with the aging process. So, are you still stupid enough to say that we are the higher species? You're not saying that the mitochondria are doing this consciously, though, right? When I said that the mitochondria could mutate 10 times faster than normal cells, I also mean that they could evolve at a rate 10 times faster. Since the beginning of creation, the mitochondria has been evolving at this rate. It's no surprise if they possess a power beyond our cognition. No surprise at all. Let me tell you something. There was a scientist who tried to determine the mutation rate of the mitochondria. With this, the scientist wanted to establish a connection with human ancestry. In 1987, it was announced that the root of all humans could be traced to a single woman in Africa. This finding was announced around the world. With this, the mitochondrial theory spread like wildfire. Do you know what they called the root of it all? Mitochondria Eve. Splendid name. Just incredible. Eve. The suspect in yesterday's case called herself Eve. What? Hey, you know anything, you better not be holding back on us. She called herself Eve. Sorry, but I told you all that I know. I'd like to return to my studies now. I believe you know the way out. Hey, you better explain what the hell's going on here. Daniel, forget it. Let's just go. God damn it. And suddenly it's night. But yeah, look, if you look at this, remember how I said earlier about how all the buildings are different sizes? Look. Look at this. Look at this here, right now. And if or when you have the ability, look at the exact same map in the daytime. There are differences. It mostly comes down to that big pointed building just in front of the Twin Towers there. Because at the daytime, the Twin Towers are bigger and that building is fucking tiny. Now, that building is the bigger one and the Twin Towers are small. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I've never quite understood why. My guess is that they just didn't think to reuse the model. I do have an in-game theory as to why that might be. Because that building is actually important, the pointy one, is actually important, but only in New Game Plus. It doesn't play into it during this run, like your first run. It doesn't do anything in this run. It's one of those weird things. Ugh, okay, back to the station. Yeah, it's one of those things that's always bugged me. Like, as long as I've been playing this game, it bugs the hell out of me. Now, the other thing, of course, is that everything Dr. Clamp actually said, very much true. Scientists have looked at the mitochondria in the human cell, and it does have its own genetic signature. That is actually accurate. I think so. I'm sure I read that was actually true somewhere. And it's believed that, like, very early on in the evolution of life, the mitochondria entered the cell of another creature, and they formed a symbiotic relationship, and now the two can't live without each other. Weird, I guess, but that's kind of evolution for you. It's a bit weird. It's a bit random, you know? But yeah, all that stuff is technically true. Technically. It's true with a sort of sprinkling of sci-fi on top. You know, it's true up to a point, you know? Ugh, what the hell is wrong with that guy? I can't stand him. Also, I love how these car scenes, you always get a different angle every time. Like, the first one you had was side on, the last one was front on, and now we're, like, in the back watching them drive. I love that they actually changed that up, rather than just using the same one over and over again. It's a nice touch. That man, I've seen him before, but I can't remember where. It's Danielle. What? Okay, I'll be right there. Alright, looks like we got a break in the case. What? Gotta head back to the station. Hang on, kicking into the turbo. Boom! We're off. Into the station. Going this way. Let's go, folks. We're starting the meeting. Melissa's solo concert was scheduled for today. She's disappeared after last night's incident and the concert was cancelled. But people are still gathering at the stage. We cannot let another massacre happen. The concert is at the Central Park Amphitheater. Central Park? What is it, Danielle? Ben and Lorraine. They were going to that concert. What? Screw you, Baker. My son's in danger. Daniel. Aya. Watch his back. Yes, sir. Mod permit. We can go up that way. I'm gonna go use that mod permit. Might as well, right? Why do you let me tune up the guns? Didn't ask to be assigned here to watch over the warehouse all day, you know. As long as you see guns as toys, you're never gonna touch one. Hey, I know I can make a stronger gun, you. Guns aren't supposed to be stronger, you numbskull. They're supposed to be safer. Fine, geezer. Sorry, I didn't mean to make a scene. But for the record, that goes for you too. You can never be too careful with a gun. Yes, I do actually. Which one? Well, I've only got one. Might as well add a slot to it, right? Just in case I come up with a tool and something I want to throw in there as well. For the record, because you can keep playing the same save file over and over and over again, eventually you will just end up with a gun that can just do max damage and has like all the best mods on it. It takes like 3 run-throughs to get a really good gun going. But yeah, it's worth playing a few times to get that. Because as I say, when you go into that special building, I forget what the fuck it's called. I think it's Chrysler Building or something like that. I might be misremembering that. I can't remember. New York architecture is not something I'm like massively good with. I know, you're shocked. What have I got? So I've got slow. That could come in handy during a boss fight. You know what? I think I want to put my bonus points into there. Because having a faster ATB gauge is, you know, good. Alright, tell you what, while we're here, things I haven't done so in a while. We're off. You will never find a New York street that looks that clear. I may not know a lot about New York, but I know that. I know it's supposed to be like nighttime at Christmas, but no. What the hell does Melissa, no, Eve want from us? Well, looks like she wants to gather people in one big area. Damn it, she's got my boy involved. She's gonna pay for this. Well, let's hurry. Hang in there, Ben, I'm coming for you. Yep, no option this time, we're zooming straight into the park. Ben! Danielle, stop! Gotta get my boy, rookie. Whoa. Sometimes you gotta look before you leap, old timer. I don't care if I burn. I'll go. Ben's my son. He's the only family I've got. Oh, damn it, I can't do anything. Leave it to me. But I'll get them out safe. I promise. Besides, Ben needs you. Won't be any good to him if you're dead. Alright, I'm counting on you. I know. That's it, we're in. Main part of Act 2. I can't remember, is there? Can you... No. Probably misremembering that. Thinking of another game. In fact, I might be thinking of Parasite Eve 2. Okay. Nothing from him? No, okay. Off into the park we go. First bit of action we've had today. There it is. I was gonna say, I knew there was something you could do with the trunk of a car. Save point there if you want. I would have already just saved, so screw it. Should be fine. Pretty sure we're gonna get a fight in a second. I do remember like things hidden in the woods or something, like there. See? I have vague memories of this shit. Snick. Okay. But we're going to have to pause because it's just gone 5 o'clock. So we'll take another quick break as per normal. And when we get back, we'll probably be wrapping up day 2 and well into day 3. I think day 3 is where things get really, really, really interesting. So yeah, anyway, back in a minute. And we're back. Okay, let's get going. Keep an eye out for more chests hiding away in the background. I think there are too many. And off we go. Is that a chest? I think that's a chest. That is indeed a chest. Oh, no, there was another. Back, please. All right, now you can go. I'm going to assume that's not any better than the one I've got. No, definitely not. Okay. I don't remember specifically where to go. I think it's just a case of wander a bit. Nope. What we got? Birds. Ah yes, junk. Okay, now I remember this. It fills up your inventory and you can trade it in for other stuff. I think. Is that a bin or is that a chest? That's a bin. It's a very dark looking bin. Come on. Eve's here. Okay. Ooh, better in all ways. I'm sure there was a key around here. So, oh, dookie. And because why the hell not? Always take the opportunity to save. Because sometimes this game can just blindside you with a tough fight, and it'll ruin your day if you haven't saved for a while. Alright. Is there anything else in there? So there might be. Hang on. Vague memories. Hang on. Let me double check. You can. I thought I saw something in there. Ah. Okay, hang on. What do I not need any of? I can probably get rid of one of them. What is it? Ooh, grenade launcher. Could come in handy. So we picked up the zoo key. That's what's important. I did remember that. What now? Oh no. Vague memory of these things. They throw that arm... Ow. They throw that arm there, it's like a boomerang. Hang on, let me just double back and check these doors again. I can't remember which way is forward and which way isn't. Oh Christ, again. Oh no, it's worse. Nice. Okay. Like most survival horror games, it's a good idea to reload your gun outside of combat. Snakes. Ow. We're gonna make our way around. Ooh. What is it, I wonder? Ooh, that's +2. I might use that right off, actually. Because why the hell not, right? What's in you? Here, P. Ooh, medicine 2. Okay. Better. Alright, on to the next. Bit of loading lag. Fine, we'll go this way then, shall we? I wanted to go down and around, or whatever. I did say that, you know, keep an eye out for don't keep an eye out for them, but pay attention to the fact there might be audio or visual issues. As I said, I'm emulating this because I don't actually know. Is this available now? I know it. I think I remember this game getting released on like some kind of PlayStation store once upon a time, but I don't specifically know if it's still available. Probably not, actually. Yeah, when they throw the thing, either walk towards or away from me. Removes the effect of poison. That being the case, I don't remember what the junk is for, but I know you can do something with it. I just don't remember specifics. I don't remember what junk is for. Okay. Okay. Really? I know you can do something with junk. I'm legitimately trying to remember what, because I'm trying to remember if it's worth keeping or not. Is that the way forward? Yeah, that's definitely the way forward. I remember that. Okay, let's try the other way then. Other side of the screen. Alright. Here we go again. See, I told you the battles show up in very specific places.
Good. Oh, don't need that, but I will take one.
I think junk is one of those things you should probably only take if you don't want to take anything else. I think. Anything near the lion? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. What's this way then? Guess I won't say no. Also won't say no. So does this lead back to that first area? Got a couple of snakes? Serious? Gotcha. Fortunately, ammo in this game is pretty plentiful. In fact, it's very easy to hit your max ammo capacity, because there is a max. It's a maximum of 999 bullets in storage, I think. Oh, it's over that way. Wait a minute, where is this? Oh, so there was a bit further. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. Well, in that case, let's check the door. Can we check the door? No, we can't check the door. What? I'm assuming if I go this... fight first. Oh no. I remember those, and I also remember them being very annoying. Right, you know, I did wonder if there was something up there, and I honestly couldn't remember. We go again. Still, it's experience points, it's leveling up, so you know, it's not terrible. I really do need to learn what each bit costs me at this point. Heal 2, yes please. I will take a heal 2. Can I not just use the medicine? Apparently not. I will take it, and then I will use it. And then presumably I'll get another piece. I'm genuinely trying to remember, what the fudge junk actually is and why I need it. Because I legitimately don't remember at this point. Like, no memory whatsoever. I do not remember what junk does. I know I can use it for something. I just don't know what. Okay. Does it use it for upgrading your guns? I don't know. Okay. Now this I do remember. We go forward. I know there's a dead body on the left there, but we'll deal with that later. That's my destination. Because, you know, Central Park's very small, actually. It's just a field with a couple of trees in it, really. Okay. Anyway. Sorry. Very thirsty. Because I'm talking a lot. Doing all the lines and everything. My voice is going quicker. Well, look who it is. The holiday season brings joy to us all. Like, no one thought that might be an issue. And this Christmas will be the most special of all. Just random scream off to the side. Special because I will no longer be in control of a host, as I have since the dawn of time. Humans are weak. Mitochondria can self-evolve. Mitochondria must now take over the nucleus. The bacterial revolution. It's like everybody thought this was fine. That's no good. I have to get backstage and stop her. Hello. All right. Why? Why are you doing this? Again. But you're too late. You did not ruin my plans as you did last night. Later, I'm out. Alright, we're off again. Just a dead body. You can't actually go past the dead body if you try to do earlier, because obviously plot has to happen. I know there's stuff in here. I saw it. Just gotta work out where it is. There's one. Ammo. Ooh, revive. Is that automatic? Restores you to life when you die. I guess it must be. Well, that's very good. I'd totally forgotten that was even there. Can we go through here? Yes, apparently we can. Ooh, something's going on. What you got? Oh, no, that doesn't look good. I kind of wish you could use items rather than being forced to either collect them or discard them, but I don't think you can. Saving time. Which way to go. I remember this place being a bit maze-like, but I don't remember specifically. So let's... I think that's the route we've got to go down, that one on the right. I think. I don't remember. Or was it that? I think this place is designed to be a bit maze-like, because it's just like roots and paths and stuff. There's a chest. This is one of the places where you really wish there was a dedicated run button. Or at the very least your running in general was faster. Of course it is. What do we got? Oh, a tool. Actually, I can use that right now. There we go. That'll do. Hang on a second, I need to get all this straight in my head. This is back in the first area again, isn't it? I don't think there's really any penalty for going the wrong way, except, you know, running into a potential enemy fight, but that's not necessarily a penalty. I can handle most of them, and I'd love the experience, truth be told. I know we've got a boss fight coming soon. I'm just trying to remember if there's a boss fight before the one I'm remembering. There might be, there might not be, I don't know. What does this connect to? See, it is nice that it has +1 inventory slots, which I might move across to my other one if I kind of wish I hadn't used up that tool now, but whatever. Hurry up. Now is not a good time to reload. Okay, so if I use... Yeah. Because that way you can always transfer it off somewhere else. I'd actually forgotten that you could swap stats from one thing to another. So when earlier on I said, oh well, you know, there's a small amount of weapon obsolescence, I'd forgotten that you could swap the stats across. So I suppose that does kind of counter the obsolescence problem. Anyway. Here we go. I'll have another fight halfway down here, roughly. They are pretty good that they don't give you fights if the camera's too far away from you. They do try to make it so that you can see things fairly clearly. It always made me sort of wonder, why do they fly straight up to you? So we do have 2 points worth of mind. A couple more in there. That'd be good. Close. Plenty of ammo too, very good. Speaking of ammo, do I need to reload? Looks like it. It's always a good idea to keep stuff topped up. Okay. Ah, hello. What YouTube fun? I don't remember, that's the problem. Oh, it's critical evasion percentage on armor, is it? I suppose that makes sense. Would be critical chance on other things. Actually, what is your critical chance? Huh, maybe critical chance is affected by other things. I don't actually know what affects your critical chance. Okay. Phone, yes please. Oh. 1 second, phone. I'll be with you in just a minute. One of those things. They're slow, but they do hit kind of hard. Oh, that's why. I knew there was a reason I hated them. Bloody poison spears. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Damn it. Damn it. This is harder than I remember. Heal me! Yeah, you'll notice that they have different attacks. They can either send the circle of spikes, the slower spikes, or the fast spikes. Obviously, you want to avoid all of them if you can. Yeah, that's the thing I remember. They get bigger the more of them you kill. Ow. Damn it. Keep myself at a distance and keep myself topped up as best as I can. I don't actually know if they get health boosts if you... You know, when you kill one, but I think they do. Big guy time. Hello. Oh, hello. I forgot you could do that. Hey! Very good. Barrier. Ooh. That will come in handy. Whole bunch of ammo out of that fight. I think I actually gained 2 levels then. Just based on how much health I was missing at the end of that fight. Still, that went well. Considering I'd actually completely forgotten about that fight. I think the one yeah, this is the one I'm remembering. Actually, just hold that thought. Just one teensy weensy little second. I'm gonna go back to the phone and save. No, I didn't. Sorry, I meant to press forward. Your genes are stronger than I thought. Come, my dear. Let's go for a ride. And, yeah, she just does. So she sets the horse on fire, and we're off for a ride. Why? Why be on the human side? Why not? I'm human. Why are you going with them, not me? What? Yeah, so we've now got to fight in an incredibly small space. Come on. Bingo. Seems you still don't know who I am. Well, if you don't know, you're mitochondrial. That's why you were drawn to the opera. Yeah. What are you talking about? Here, let me explain directly. Stop it. We join forces, all other mitochondria in the world will stop. All things considered, that could have gone a lot worse. Aya, damn it, answer me. Daddy! Ben, weren't you going to the concert? I came here with Mom, but she was all weird. What do you mean? I came with Mom so the three of us could be together. So that's why you came to get me. But Mom went to the stage, but she freaked out. What do you mean Mom freaked out? I got near the stage and I started to feel sick. I wanted to go home. Mom wasn't herself, Dad. She left and everyone else went too. Lorraine. Casualties were much worse this time. We cannot put the lives of the citizens in jeopardy any longer. We have to order to evacuate all citizens out of Manhattan. Fortunately, most people are out of the city for Christmas. What do we do, sir? We stay and assist in neutralizing Eve. Shouldn't we leave it to the army? We're the ones who are supposed to be protecting the city. Any word from Aya? Damn it. Where could she be? Danielle, I need you to help I need you to help evacuate the citizens. Look, she's our only hope against this thing now. I'm gonna go out and look for her. Shouldn't we stop him, sir? He's lost Lorraine. He'll find Aya. You two help with the evacuation. Daddy! Ben, I'm sorry. I have to go find Aya, okay? Where'd she go? I don't know, but she's the only one who can fight that thing that hurt your mom. Kath, look after the kid, will you? Will do. Don't worry. Daddy. Come on, sport. You like dogs? I'll introduce you to one of the best police dogs in town. Can I show the boy the dog? Sure, I'll open up the fence. I'm not exactly sure if children and police dogs work. Hey, looks like you got a visitor. This is Shiva. Because, you know, Final Fantasy. Square Enix. Well, Squaresoft. Hey, I think she likes you. Hey, that tickles. Good breaks. Yeah, like they could evacuate the entire of New York in one fucking night. I mean, I know they sort of set it up in the whole, well, a lot of people are out of the area, you know, for the holidays. But no, it's fucking New York. It's one of the most populous cities on the planet. You don't just evacuate it over one night. Ugh, whatever. It's a story, you know. How many times have I got to tell you? We blocked this off. You won't even find a cat on the street. I told you I've already contacted the police about this matter. What? My English is not getting... I'm not getting anywhere with my English. Hey, you Chinese? No, I'm Japanese. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce that. Oh, yes, you can speak Japanese. Yeah, I'm not going to bother. I am Kunihiko Maeda, a Japanese, if you can't speak the language, go back to your own country. Calm down, take it easy, man. It's bad for your heart. Getting hot. This is now or never. Spontaneous human combustion. I believe that's correct. Where? Hospital? Oh, you're finally awake. Who are you? I'm Kunihiko Maeda. I'm a scientist from Japan. He found you. Daniel. There's no one out there but cops now. It's a ghost town. Never seen anything like it. Pretty creepy if you ask me. Where's Eve? What happened to the people in Central Park? Ben was okay, but all the rest of the audience, well, they just disappeared. Disappeared? You mean they weren't ignited? They all melted into slime and became one big mass. That's something new. Nothing like that happened in Japan. Japan? A similar incident occurred several years ago in Japan, although it wasn't as grandiose in scale as this one. What? Hey, give us the details. It all started when a scientist's wife was involved in a car accident. The scientist tried to culture her liver cells in order to keep her alive. The scientist named those cells Eve. Eve. The liver cells multiplied and her mitochondria eventually took over her physical body. After acquiring the scientist's sperm, Eve tried to give birth to an ultimate being. Ultimate being? What kind of being? She, the being who mutated from the liver cells, couldn't maintain her body for long. By the way, before the car accident occurred, the wife had been registered to have her organs donated. So, after the accident, her kidneys were transplanted into a young girl, and Eve implanted the fertilized eggs into a young girl who gave birth to an ultimate being. He was extremely interested in this and went to his lab so I could continue research. After hearing about this incident, I had to fly over here. What the hell is going on here? I wish I could explain more. I do wonder, was that the story of the book? Because the way it's presented, like, this is something big that happened, but it was in Japan. And I remember a few years back, I did read a synopsis of the book. I don't remember what it was, though. I'm wondering if this is supposed to be like a sequel spin-off of the book. But I honestly don't remember, really. As I say, I've not read the book, so... Just thinking about that now. I do wonder if that's what it's supposed to be. Aya, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Thought that monster had gotten hold of you. Thought it was too late. When I felt Eve, something inside me felt like it was being... You felt like you were about to be ignited, correct? No, she's... Well, she's the only one who isn't affected. What? I don't understand. I think I may be a monster, like her. What? What are you saying? I don't know why. What if I end up killing you? Oh, shut up. You know that's not... Please, Danielle. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Please, go away. Just stay away from me. Aya. Please. Yes, I understand your point. Hey, where do you think you're going? Even if I am a monster, I don't ever want to kill you, Daniel. Please. I could never forgive myself if I killed you. Aya, you're no monster. You're my best partner, Aya Brea. I'll be by your side, always. I touched Eve. That feeling. Was it Maya? I died in a car crash with Mom. It couldn't be. Day 3 selection. So we are going to save, and unfortunately that's going to have to be it for today. I will say I've had a lot more fun playing this than I expected to. I kind of felt like, oh, this will be a bit of a chore, but it'll be fine. And, you know, I'll just do that so then I can move on to the second one. But this game's actually a damn sight more fun than I remember it being. So, anyway, we'll keep playing this until we get to the end. As I said, I'm not going to do a New Game Plus secret second ending thing. That'll take way too fucking long, and I don't have the time or patience to do something like that. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see ya. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.